The word watcher is a translation of the Aramaic word which means to be awake. The Hebrew transliteration is ayr, and it means waking, watchful, wakeful one, angel, a guardian, or a watcher. Watchers refer to biblical angels, and they're called so because they do not sleep. The watcher occurs in the book of Daniel. The watchers are people constantly watching and not sleeping. In the book of Daniel, the holiness of the watcher was emphasized. The watchers mentioned in the Christian Bible are mentioned in the book of Daniel chapter 4. In Daniel 4, King Nebuchadnezzar had a dream and he searched around for all the wise men that could help him interpret his dream. However, he didn't see any. So he called Daniel, because he strongly believed that the Spirit of God dwells in him. King Nebuchadnezzar described his dream to Daniel and explained that he saw a tree growing into the heavens in great height, and all creatures of the earth could feed on it. His dreams included watchers. He said, "And behold, I saw in the visions of my mind as I lay on my bed, an angelic watcher, a holy one, descended from heaven." The word watcher means angel, so it means an angel sent from God who watches and guards. The watcher King Nebuchadnezzar saw went on to tell him that the message had the watcher had passed on to him was a decree which will come to pass. This sentence is by the decree of the angelic watchers. The watcher told him that he shall eat of the grasses of the animals of the earth. Daniel goes on to explain that the tree that groweth into heaven was him, and that it represented him becoming great. However, he shall be made so lowly he would eat grass till he accepts and recognized that God is ruler over all. The watcher then is an angel, a messenger of God who is sent by God to man to watch over the affairs of men. The word angel is from a Greek word, angelos, which means messengers of God. Angels are ministering spirits. Their purpose for existence is to minister and do God's work. Hebrews 1:14, are they not all ministering spirits, sent forth to minister for them who shall be heirs of salvation? God establishes his various assignments via angels. An example is when Gabriel was sent to announce the birth of Jesus to Mary, and when Michael was declared to be Daniel's prince and guardian, which means he was ministering to Daniel. Watchers are guardians. The way TGR is as fallen angels. Angels have free will. They have the freedom of choice as men do. We know this because some of them rebelled and went against God. The word watchers are used to also describe fallen angels in the book of Enoch. These angels were cast out from heaven. Jude 1-6 says, "And the angels which kept not their first estate but left their habitation, he hath reserved in everlasting chains under darkness, unto the judgment of the great day." They could leave their abode because they had a choice. These fallen angels, for which the term watchers were also used, went on to cause havoc in the Bible. Lucifer's dream was to be like God. He wanted a throne higher than the one he was entitled to. He wanted a throne that was higher than the one God himself had. He started to think of himself as powerful enough to battle with God and win such a battle. He began to deceive other angels around him, for he had more wisdom than them, and they fell for his deception. So Lucifer and his angels fought in a war, the war known as the Great Heavenly War, so that he may take the throne of God. This was the beginning of the fall for Satan and his angels. Revelation 12 from verse 7. "And there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels and prevailed not. Neither was their place found any more heaven, and the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent, called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and the sea, for the devil is come down unto you." The great rebellion, also called the heavenly war, included Lucifer, and 1/3 of the angelic hosts against God and his angels. However, instead of Lucifer and the other angels gaining God's throne, or even maintaining the privilege they had, he and his angels were cast out. Isaiah recorded and asked, "But he didn't make it, did you?" Instead of climbing up, he came down with the underground dead, down to the abyss of the pit. After Lucifer and his angels had rebelled, there was found no space for them in heaven anymore. Lucifer and his angels were cast down. Therefore, there was no change in their abode, and therefore the term fall. When fallen angels stayed on the earth, they had sexual relations with the daughters of men. Genesis 6:2, that the sons of God saw the daughters of men that they were fair, and they took them wives of all which they chose. This scripture is commonly believed to be that the sons of God were angels who were on earth, fallen angels, and they had sex with the daughters of men, female humans. This is the account of fallen angels, which many believe to be the watchers, especially from the suggestion from the book of Enoch. The watchers described, angels are God's beautiful creatures that he created to minister to mankind. Some angels talked about in the Bible are Angel Michael and Angel Gabriel.